Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Sports Marks. My name's Lil Wooley. I'm here with the lovely Rev
What up? What up?
and with the impeccable Aegon.
Good day, everybody.
Yeah, it's a little bit past midnight where I'm at, and I'm tired of the shit. So,
I'll fucking deal with it. Shut up.
yeah. So if we get a little loopy tonight, we'll see.
We're gonna be very well opinionated on everything we talk about.
Yeah, this is gonna be a nice, calm discussion.
Like gentlemen, sir. Like
Totally
gentlemen.
rational. We're going to be totally
Shut
rational.
the fuck up and let's move along.
All right, so then we want to go ahead and get into this first topic here. Oh man, I know when we talked about what we're going the topics for the day, I know Rev was really wanting to lay into this first one.
Yeah. So this week, not Mr. Dipshit extraordinaire fuckhole needs to burn in a fire and die a horrible death. Larry Nassar was convicted and sentenced to 10 million years in prison when he should have probably just been shot in the fucking face by every female he ever ruined and fucked with and destroyed their lives. That would be proper judgment. Is that calm enough for you guys?
It's not enough.
It's not enough.
Not enough.
Yeah.
It just happens to be one of the things that I don't fucking understand. I don't understand how we live in a society that people can allow that to happen, be told it's happening for years. This motherfucker did this shit. And you just kind of look at the side and be like, oh, it's because he's a good doctor. Oh, it's because he's a good movie star. Or, oh, it's because he's a good baseball player. Come on, man.
I still wonder how the whole IOC gymnastics didn't get put up on charges of some sort.
I'm not sure they're not. I'm not sure they're still not going to get put up on charges.
They'll get put in civil court for sure.
Because if you remember this week, they were forced to step the fuck down.
Oh yeah, they were all pretty much kicked out of their jobs.
And just like that douchebag at Michigan State, look, man, I understand this dude was your friend, but one or two women claiming something, but 150?
Yeah.
Like, and there's got to be more. And the fact that when he was being sentenced and all those beautiful women were allowed to speak, one of them was a 15-year-old girl. He's been in jail for a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up shit.
Or longer, right?
Yeah. I mean, it came down to a point where like one of the fathers literally jumped him in the courtroom.
Oh, I wish the father would have got his hands on that fucker.
He did.
For longer,
but he got his hands on him, but they pulled him apart.
I don't fucking understand it. I don't want to talk about it no more because one, he doesn't need any more press, and I know that we ain't big, but that's fucking insane. Fuck that clown. I hope he gets absolutely just beat to death.
I hope he ends up in Gen Pop.
Yeah. Well, if he ends up in Gen Pop, he'll probably get beat close to death. I don't want him to die. I want him to suffer. Because he deserves to suffer. Death is too easy for him.
I don't know, bro. It's just fucking bullshit. Fuck him. Next story.
All right, next story. We'll go from that terrible shit story to this one, which kind of got us excited.
Well, it got me excited for two reasons.
Okay, well, Floyd Mayweather versus Conor McGregor in an octagon, possibly?
Oh, come on, man. When is these two? Look, I hope it happens just so they can beat the shit out of each other. Just plaster the fucking brains in the wall. A homophobic asshole and a non-reading bitch. Fuck both of these clowns too. Wait, what? That's going to be a reoccurring theme here today, guys.
Yeah. But oh man, you said that. I saw the video. I'm like, oh god, they're gonna do it, aren't they? And then the cynic popped in my head. Because what if this is a big, 2-month long April Fool's joke?
No, the thing is Dana White lost some money by Rousey choosing WWE.
Oh yeah.
End of story. End of fucking story. And at the end of the day, he has to make it up somehow. And that's how he makes it up.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's big money fight.
And like you have CM Punk. Can't believe I brought him up on this shit. CM Punk that's going to bring you money. You have very talented, amazing fighters, and this is what you choose. Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, we got the
That is-
boxing half already. Which,
I don't know. I think Dana should put his money into better people.
yeah. But Dana White's gonna do what he's gonna do. He's always tried to pull this type of shit.
Yeah,
So
I guess so. I just fuck these two clowns too.
you can quote that, folks. We'll put that on a t-shirt someday. Fuck these clowns.
Fuck these clowns.
Rev 2018.
All right, what's up next?
Next, the Super Bowl is coming up, obviously, this weekend. And apparently ticket prices are still sky high. Apparently the average ticket price is like $5,200, $5,300
It's
per ticket.
record high prices for Super Bowl tickets.
Yeah. Does anyone want to split a ticket? We'll just sit on each other's laps for this? Like, good God.
I wouldn't spend a single dollar to go to that Super Bowl.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be a blowout, in my opinion. But
What?
What?
I guess this is another moment where I can say, who the fuck is the clown to buy a fucking $5,000 football ticket? Like,
There's some crazy ass people out there that are
episode one of the Sports Marks. Fuck these clowns because
yeah. It's like God.
yeah, it looks
I could spend $5,000 in so many better ways than a fucking football ticket.
yeah. And just look at the price history before it. There's a graph on the article that we got linked here. And it's like last year's Super Bowl, the average ticket price was under $4,000. Before that, $4,200. Before that, $4,200. 2014, when there was Seahawks and the Broncos, $2,500. 49ers versus Ravens, $2,500. Like, what is it about the Eagles and the Patriots that makes everyone want to buy these fucking tickets?
because everybody wants to see Tom Brady lose.
Yeah, everyone wants to see Tom Brady. Pretty much what they're hoping Brady loses.
I know we're going to discuss this later, but I have a spoiler alert for you. He won't.
Yeah.
Speaking of fucking clowns, so this clown shoe piece of trash human being, Logan Tago from Washington State, been awarded the Fall 2017 CCE Community Involvement Award
For doing his fucking community service for a crime he fucking committed. What the fuck?
for doing community service for a assault.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, really community based. Thanks.
Yeah.
Look, I think there'll be a thing that I call somebody a fucking clown every one of these episodes, but everything here, it's just fucking clown, lots of fucking clowns, fucking clown, fucking like, what the fuck is wrong
This is
with
just
this?
some college trying to make their athlete look good.
Yeah, I mean,
And it's bullshit.
this is a guy who did a plea deal to drop down to a third-degree assault to get out of a felony robbery charge.
This is a guy who beat up somebody for stealing a 6-pack of beer from him.
A beer.
6-pack of beer.
Let's not forget the fact that it was over fucking beer.
Yeah.
He lives in the United States, so not good beer at all.
Yeah.
No, he's a college student in the United States. It's cheap-ass fucking beer. Oh, my God.
Jesus, dude. Like, I just don't understand how the fuck they can even consider this. Much less print it, ship it, and make sure everybody in the world knows it.
Yeah, okay, it'd be one thing if it was just like, oh, he volunteered a lot, there was no order. it was like, okay, cool, great job, dude.
Or he went above and beyond his order.
Yeah. If this was
Yeah.
an altruistic thing, the reward's perfectly, valid. But this is just him doing his punishment.
Yeah, and he's being rewarded
Rewarded
for
for-
what's supposed to be a punishment. That's the fucked up thing. Like whenever I sent this to you guys, my caption for this was like, what?
Yeah.
I just couldn't believe the stupidity.
So he got an award for spending 30 days in jail and doing 240 hours of community service. So,
And being kicked off the team temporarily,
being kicked
too.
off the
Yeah.
team. Yeah.
And the school, I think, too, even kicked him
What-
out.
What does that mean for your team? Like, he was
Jesus.
temporarily suspended from school and team. Like, what does that mean for your team? If for your college, if that is the community involvement award?
Yeah.
Man.
I'd like to know what a community involvement did he work at the YMCA and help the kids learn how to play football?
Yeah. They don't get any specifics about what he actually fucking did.
Yeah, I think
Right.
that's more of an interesting thought process.
Yeah.
What the fuck did he do?
Yeah. Who knows at this point, but
My guess is it's probably not more than probably picking up trash and feeding the homeless. So, usual community service, crap that gets handed out.
yeah.
And to me, it doesn't matter how much he got into it or how much he really enjoyed in doing it. He was there because he robbed a dude, hit the dude in the head, gave him a concussion, got kicked out of school and the team. Like, you don't deserve any fucking. You're lucky that you're even getting to play football again. I'm all for second chances here, but holy fuck, you goddamn clown.
Well, just rest easy, Rev, to know that he'll never play in the XFL.
I guess you're right.
Until Vince McMahon decides he wants actually decent players, and he's like, okay, well, we'll pull back on the criminality shit.
But hey, but after that one match, we know Manziel's gonna be playing.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, yeah, with the Usos. Yeah.
They may show up on another podcast another day.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
Stuff there. We're just going to discuss in our thoughts on the NHL, the league leaders in each division, and the best records, basically, because it's NHL and NBA. Want to cover as much sports as possible. Sorry, soccer fans. Next week, I have plans for next week, but there was too much transitioning and movement of players this week for us to be able to have a time constraint on this, and y'all not sit here for 3 fucking hours listening to how somebody left La Liga and went to Manchester United and all that shit. That'll happen next week.
Far too many soccer leagues. That's a long.
Well, our soccer fans will get one soccer story from
Yeah.
us this week.
Yeah.
It's not really in depth, but
Yeah. So right now, the best team in the NBA is the Celtics and the Golden State Warriors in their divisions. Like, the Houston Rockets has got a better record than the Celtics, blah, 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 blah. But for the East, it's the Celtics. For the West, it's the champions. I mean, the Warriors, sorry. My only question is what happens if LeBron James gets to go to the Warriors? Does the NBA die? Is that its final death now?
Could be, but last I've heard, though, the Warriors don't want him. So
Yeah. Yeah, okay. I believe that you don't want the best player in the NBA. I believe that for a second. Wait, the second's over.
yeah,
yeah.
Come on.
I mean, I'm already at a point where I'm not interested in the NBA at all.
I've never really had much interest in the NBA.
Yeah.
Much more interest in college basketball. So
You put LeBron and Curry on the same team.
Yeah, how can you stop them?
yeah,
Yeah, it's the only way that they are stopped is if they get superstar egos and just implode the entire team.
Yeah. And you get that automatically with LeBron. I'm sorry. What I meant to say was NHL.
Okay, now for a sport I'm actually a little bit more interested in.
In the East, the Tampa Bay Lightning has the best record and most points overall. And in the West, the Las Vegas Golden Knights has the most points and best record.
Yeah, and last I checked, I have to check the rankings again, but it's only like a 1 or 2 point difference, isn't it?
It's a 1 point difference.
Yeah. So
1.1 win difference. The big thing that's hurting the Lightning is they have one more overtime loss. The Vegas, I mean, not the Lightning. The Vegas team has one more overtime loss than Vegas, than the Lightning.
yeah, but Vegas has got bragging rights in its own. This is where right now they are now officially the most winning first year expansion team
In history.
in history
Yep.
of the NHL. With 34 wins, they passed, I think it was the Ducks.
Yeah.
And
I don't remember the other team.
I think it wasn't San Jose, was it?
Doesn't matter. All that matters is they own the record now. The big difference between the two teams is the goal differential.
Oh,
Tampa scores so fucking much, and they have Vasilevsky, which like he's having a couple off weeks, but that happens every year with a goalie. I'd rather him cool down now and start warming up again at the end, so we can just the team can just kind of walk through it. I'm not biased at all. Go Lightning.
yeah.
So yeah, it's gonna be an interesting year. I called it at the beginning of the year, and I think it's still gonna ring true, even though you are not gonna like it. I still think it's probably gonna be either Tampa and Nashville or Tampa and Winnipeg in the Stanley Cup. And Winnipeg beat the shit out of us the other night, so fuck.
Yeah. I
I
mean,
don't know.
Just waiting for the inevitable Caps,
Choke.
The inevitable Caps joke.
Well, they're playing good now, man. And Ovechkin leads the league in goals, and he's looking really good. Let's just hope that we have a competitive, playoffs getting into the Stanley Cup, because I don't see anybody in the East other than the Capitals that can fuck with.
Yep.
yeah. I mean, right now, if we look at where everyone's at right now, in the East, you got Washington, Pittsburgh, New Jersey representing the Metro, Tampa, Boston, Toronto representing the Atlantic. The two wild cards that are in right now is Columbus and Philly.
That's crazy to me.
Yeah. And then in the West,
only 3 teams from the Atlantic. What the fuck?
And then in the West, you got Winnipeg, Nashville, St. Louis for the Central, which St. Louis being only the last team in the Central right now is kind of scary for me, because they're usually right up there, like in the top 1 or 2. Then in the Pacific, you got Vegas, San Jose, and Anaheim. Then the wild card, you got Dallas and Minnesota, which Minnesota just beat Vegas tonight.
Yeah, tonight.
So
I'm interested. I mean, this is going to be probably my favorite sports league of the year, season, because like Vegas is playing really well. San Jose is playing decently. The Capitals are on fucking fire. Tampa Bay can't decide what team they want to show up. The team that scores 1,000 points and gives up none, or the team that scores 1,000 points and gets 1,000,000 scored against them.
Yeah.
We won a game when we scored 8 goals, only by 2 goals the other night. Come on, team. You gotta do something here.
Yeah. Tell you one thing that's kind of surprising. One team I'm surprised it's nowhere near the getting in. Chicago.
I have, if you ask me to pick one team from each division that surprises me, they're nowhere near playoffs. Montreal and Chicago are my 2 also. Because, like, what?
Yeah.
We get to see what the Caps have tomorrow night when they play Vegas. So.
Yeah. One team that doesn't surprise us, though, Arizona.
Man, come on, leave them alone. Next,
Uh,
the big multi-million-dollar contract with Fox to have Thursday night football, which should not be a thing anymore, but it is. What do you guys think?
they're paying what, $660 million a year on average?
It's more money for the NFL rather than keep showing it on the NFL
Player?
Network. Sell
No,
it to
man,
somebody else.
there shouldn't be an. No, I'm sorry.
No, there shouldn't be a Thursday night games anymore, anyways. But I mean,
Yeah.
They're always boring. They're always blowouts, and people always get hurt. Like this year, if the NFL don't sit back this year and think, well, we're going to run out of players that are actually fun to watch. It like think of all the season-ending injuries that happened this year alone.
oh yeah,
It's insane. And Thursday night football, 4 games in the preseason, and Thursday night football to me are the number 1 and 2 culprits of the massive amounts of injuries every year.
I mean, the NFL is going to be careful with their players. I mean, next decade or so, the stock of players is going to keep going down and down with parents pulling their kids out of football for brain injury.
Plus FXL. I won't lie. Plus XFL.
Yeah. And jeez. I mean, you just think about it logistically too, like as far as like playing the games on Thursday night. If you have a team that just got done with a Monday night football game and they're immediately turning around going to a Thursday night.
Or I think the Ravens had a Thursday night and a Sunday night game this year.
Yeah.
Like, you're not giving the players enough time between games to heal up or rest up or anything.
And everybody can use the excuse, well, the context is not as vicious as it used to be. Here's the thing, guys, for anybody that says that. One, I don't think you understand how football works. When you have back when I was a kid, when I was playing football, there was no 300-pound people running under 5 on the 40. There's many of them now. There wasn't 275-pound linebackers that can outrun cornerbacks. There's many of them now. Like, when the game gets faster, even though the hits, you can't hit them, you can't yank their fucking head off and spear them and shit, the hits still are vicious now.
Oh, yeah.
And they look like car wrecks now instead of just 2 human bodies hitting each other.
Yeah, you're talking about guys who are bigger, faster, stronger, and they'll whale you. Like, there's so much energy going on, and just even like a little bit of a hit, like a small, like non-consequential hit.
Yep.
It's more devastating today than it probably was 10, 20 years ago.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
So.
And now that we know the effects of any hit at all.
Yeah.
In football, or any kind of intense sports injury.
Good on the NFL. Good on Fox. It'll be an interesting show. I'll never watch an episode ever. I will never watch one because it's just I don't agree with them, and I am a stiff believer if you want to protest something, you protest with your wallet.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Tampa could be on the show every week. Would not give a fuck.
And this is a guy who loves his Bucks.
I have a Buccaneers tattoo. Like, it's on my arm. I love my Buccaneers, but I would not support putting Jameis and then all the rest of them in danger.
They still push it, and it's their lowest rated football night of the year.
And just think about it. Tampa this year and Miami this year did not get a bye week
because of the hurricane. And think about how good those teams were supposed to be and how bad they ended up being.
Yep.
That had to play into it.
Oh yeah.
That had to play into it.
The schedule just plays into a lot of factors with these teams. And
Thursday night makes it worse. Moving along.
All right. So one interesting bit of news that came out trade-wise in the NFL. Alex Smith got traded from the Chiefs to the Redskins. And Rev, whenever we saw this article, you had a hypothetical and kind of what happens to Kirk Cousins. Like,
I think that he's going to end up in Arizona.
okay, explain your reasoning.
Well, they need a quarterback because oh boy retired.
Mm-hmm.
Carson Palmer retired, so they desperately need a quarterback. The other big issues that I have with it is he's a perfect fit. The way he throws is a perfect fit for Larry Fitzgerald. I don't see any. The only other team I could see him being on that would be any fun to watch him on is maybe Denver, but that's a defensive geared team with Von Miller and them boys. I think that Washington won with this. Alex Smith is a better quarterback. Too bad the last time they traded for a 34-year-old quarterback, he was bad. poor Donovan. McNabb was so bad for Washington. So it's Washington, and we'll be discussing Washington in the next topic too. So
Washington just churns through their quarterbacks, and they.
Where do you think he's going to end up?
Only place I could picture that really needs a quarterback is Arizona right now.
So we're not even going to say the Browns.
It doesn't matter who goes to the Browns. If you're a quarterback, your life is screwed.
Yeah.
and they have so many first round draft picks that they're just going to draft a quarterback on the Browns.
Oh, and by the way, I don't feel bad for Kirk Cousins. He did this to himself.
Oh yeah.
He had one good season, acted like he was a superstar, demanded to be paid like a superstar, and now he's going to be playing for the Cardinals. Congratulations, you played yourself, you fucking clown. Next up.
All right, next topic. As soon as I get back to the Google Doc. The Cleveland Indians, they've been having a lot of, let's just say, negative reactions to the Chief Wahoo logo, Chief Wahoo mascot, the caricature of the Native American that they use as a logo, and they announced earlier this week that they will be getting rid of the logo from the uniforms and all that stuff by the 2019 season.
Hey, Washington, your turn.
and again, Washington's never going to go as long as Schneider owns the team. As long as Schneider owns the Redskins, it will always be the Redskins.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of okay, I guess I can't really say surprised that the Redskins haven't been forced to do it because the teams are all privately owned. But at some point, this is going to have with Cleveland starting to make some progress with their imagery and their logos. That's got to push some more pressure on Goodell and the NFL to do something. You would think.
I think by bylaws they really can't do anything, and Schneider loves the Redskins name, and he's not, unless it comes down to him needing money, public funding, which would then force his hand to do what the public wants.
Right, but which public is he going to look at? Is he going to look at the public, or the diehard Redskins fans public? That's
There's no foreseeable future of that changing until this team gets sold, or because I think even his kid wouldn't change the name either.
Yeah. I mean, there's good. I mean, I don't know really the big reason why the Redskins haven't changed. I mean, it can't be that hard to come up with at least a different nickname. I mean, at least change it to something that's not as derogatory towards the people.
Yeah. I mean, even the Indians are still going to be selling Chief Wahoo as merchandise. He just will no longer be on any of their official stadium stuff.
I think I have to reread the article, but I thought it said something like they were going to stop producing that stuff by 2019 as well.
They are.
Yeah. So basically, you begin the last of like their inventory of the old stuff. But yeah.
I mean, you still have other teams out there that haven't even thought to change their name. Like, you still got the Seminoles out there, and
But Seminoles is a real tribe.
right. But I mean, it's
And the
still
tribe is it's not derogatory in any way. The Seminoles is a real tribe, and the tribe that's left has said that they're okay with them using the name because it reminds people of them.
Yeah, the Florida State has actually gone through and like consulted with the tribe and actually gone through and actually provided imagery and a representation that is more like the Seminole and actually provides it and gives the image in a positive light in a sense. Unlike, let's just stick with college football, unlike the University of Illinois and the Fighting Illini, which that whole story, that I actually researched the whole thing this past week after this story broke out because I knew there was probably going to be some sort of topic of looking at other teams. And good God, my whole opinion on the University of Illinois has changed within this past, 72 hours. Good God.
Last thing.
The last thing?
Mm-hmm.
All right, soccer fans, it's your time to shine. So the MLS has been expanding. They have a new team coming to the Los Angeles area. And the new team in LA has a deal now with YouTube, which is weird. They have a deal with YouTube to be the exclusive provider of, I think it's half their games at home or something. It's the first actual major deal with a streaming service for pro sports.
I am not going to watch soccer on the same platform that I've watched somebody have a video with a hanging dead body.
YouTube also nabbed the naming rights on the jerseys for the team.
Yeah.
So it's going to say YouTube on it instead of Toyota?
Yeah, probably.
What the fuck?
Well, they could be like the Seattle team and have Xbox on the front of their jersey.
So there's a real chance that PewDiePie or Logang, whatever his stupid ass name, that idiot, that monkey, that fucking clown.
His name's not even worth mentioning.
I don't remember his name.
Yeah.
I just vomited a little. Sorry.
This is how
he'll do that to you.
Yeah.
I think we're done.
Yeah.
I'm not watching a soccer game next to fucking clowns.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
One
thank
thing
you.
I will say this, I'm really interested to see how YouTube actually prevents people, because they're saying that they're going to keep it within the LA market for a lot of these.
Right.
Yeah, how are you going to do that?
I can't watch Raw every Monday on SmackDown on fucking.
On YouTube itself, they can region restrict, but it's going to be like pirate broadcast all over the place. So,
right. So, yeah, I don't know how they're going to fucking do that, but yeah.
Basically, the story of this episode 1 of the Sports Marks, is fuck clowns.
I have a
Can we
creative.
do what no other can?
Whoa! What the fuck? Fuck you, Variety. Your autoplay ads. God.
Variety, not you porn. Variety.
That's where the article for that last story came from.
Oh.
But, at this point, whenever I make the thumbnail for this video, because I haven't made it yet, I'm just gonna get a bunch of pictures of clowns, get Pennywise, get Ronald McDonald. If that doesn't end up being the thumbnail, just a bunch of clowns, give me shit in the comments section.
Yep. Agreed. Agreed. Dude, can you put like a clown nose on McGregor and Mayweather's face and let them be the
Yeah, just put their faces out there and Photoshop clown make on them.
I like it.
I'd rather do the I don't nah. I was gonna say the Washington State player, but and then I thought Larry Nassar, but that would be a clown I want to punch in the fucking face over and over and over and over again.
Yep. Agreed.
And I don't have the money to buy new monitors, so.
Well, that's it, folks. We're out.
We are out of here.
Make sure that you follow and sub and hit the like button, or tell us if you don't like our content. I don't care. We're going to respond regardless. Don't be a fucking clown.